Hello, lovelies. Welcome to the world's worst news source. Our news is not new. In fact, it's so old that everyone in the world already knows it.
Good one.
That was true.
That's true. It's good.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I like that.
Our news is not new.
It's not news. It's olds. We're doing olds
Old
today.
Old news. We're doing olds.
So we are reflecting on our prayer of recollection time from Luke 22, 1 through 8. No, it's not Luke 22, 1 through 8. It's Luke
Don't listen to her.
22, 9
Oh,
through...
you peeked.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I saw
Through
that.
30. 9 through 30. Today is April 14th, 2020. And I'm going to read to you. This is kind of a long one, so get comfy.
Get comfy.
Mm-hmm.
I see you. Are you comfy yet? We see you.
You look good.
You got so comfy to turn the camera off.
Now the festival of unleavened bread arrived, when the Passover lamb is sacrificed. Jesus sent Peter and John ahead and said, "Go and prepare the Passover meal so we can eat it together." "Where do you want us to prepare it?" they asked him. He replied, "As soon as you enter Jerusalem, a man carrying a pitcher of water will meet you. Follow him. At the house he enters, say to the owner, 'The teacher asks, where is the guest room where I can eat the Passover meal with my disciples?' He will take you upstairs to a large room that is already set up. That is where you should prepare our meal." They went off to the city and found everything just as Jesus had said, and they prepared the Passover meal there. Good. When the time came, Jesus and the apostles sat down together at the table. Jesus said, "I've been very eager to eat this Passover meal with you before my suffering begins. For I tell you now that I won't eat this meal again until its meaning has been fulfilled in the kingdom of God." Then he took the cup of wine and gave thanks to God for it. Then he said, "Take this and share it among yourselves, for I will not drink wine again until the kingdom of God has come." He took some bread and gave thanks to God for it. Then he broke it into pieces and gave it to the disciples, saying, "This is my body, which is given for you. Do this in remembrance of me." After supper, he took the cup of wine and said, "This cup is the new covenant between God and his people, an agreement confirmed with my blood, which is poured out as a sacrifice for you. But here at this table, sitting among us as a friend, is a man who will betray me. For it has been determined that the Son of Man must die. But what sorrow awaits the one who betrays him?" The disciples began to ask each other, which of them would ever do such a thing? Then they began to argue among themselves about who would be the greatest among them. Jesus told them, "In this world the kings and great men lord it over people, yet they are called friends of the people. But among you it will be different. Those who are the greatest among you should take the lowest rank, and the leader should be like a servant. Who is more important, the one who sits at the table or the one who serves? The one who sits at the table, of course.
Of course.
But not here. For I am among you as one who serves. You have stayed with me in my time of trial, and just as my Father has granted me a kingdom, I now grant you the right to eat and drink at my table in my kingdom. And you will sit on thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel."
I grant you the right to eat at my table, and I grant you the right to eat at my table, and I grant you the right to eat at my table, and I grant you the right to eat at my table, and I grant you the right to eat at my table, and I grant you.
Well, 12 of them. Well, maybe 11 of them.
I like the part where they go and find the waterman, and then they go in his house, and they go in, and then Jesus is like, and then,
What's this?
oh, you know, he's
Go
telling,
find the man?
no, he's telling them about bread and wine.
Oh,
and
yeah, that
stuff.
part.
And he says, like, one of you will betray me. And then they're all like, I don't like that part. When they're like, oh.
Yeah.
After the point where he says, what sorrow awaits the one who betrays him? Then the other stuff is, I don't like this, it's boring. But it's probably important, because Luke put it in.
Yeah.
Martha, I think, has lots to say about it.
I can only have a little bit.
Martha, I think, has only a little bit to say about it.
Well, I'm going to talk about this part that says in verse 16, it says, until its meaning is fulfilled in the kingdom of God, this Passover meal. And I think it's so cool that the original Passover, where the blood of the lamb was sacrificed to save the people, was all done, I think, to prepare for this. It was not, the Jews thought that was significant.
Well, it wasn't it significant? The Passover lamb and all that?
Yeah.
Like, it was important that they got out of Egypt.
Yeah, but I think that God chose to do it in a way that was completely embedded in the significance of Jesus.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh,
so
that's
is
interesting
everything.
symbolism.
So is everything.
Yeah, that's true. Everything is. That's true.
Like the Watergate where he forgot to lock the door.
The what?
I don't know.
Okay.
Like that started out how Watergate was actually good.
Oh.
He forgot to lock the door.
Yeah. In Watergate, they didn't lock the door.
I don't remember why that was important, but I just remember.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to get some maple leaf rag. Can you hear that? We get a lot of maple leaf rag these days. It's beautiful.
We get a lot of maple leaf rag these days.
So, anyways, I just think it's cool that while to the Jews that probably seemed super significant, they had no idea why that was significant.
Wait, why was that significant?
Because it was basically
the Passover meal. What about the lamb? He doesn't say, "Here is my lamb, which is broken for you."
Yeah, but the lamb.
Here is someone's lamb that we borrowed, which is broken for you.
The lamb. He calls himself the lamb, the sacrificial lamb.
He also calls himself the king, and he doesn't call himself the sacrificial king, and he also calls himself the lion.
And the bread of life.
And he also... Does he call himself the lion?
Yeah, the Lion of Judah.
The lion of Judah.
Anna's getting a little slap happy
I'm
here.
I'm fine.
And I think
We've been at home for a long time.
We have been sheltered in this home for
We
a
are
long.
so safe.
We are so safe.
So safe.
So sheltered.
We are so safe from touching my face.
You are so naughty. I'm just touching my
Hat.
That's all, my grease hat.
I'm touching my eyes.
Stop! You're so naughty.
We're so safe.
Thing we gotta fix there. So anyway, yeah, we're going a little crazy, but we are.
No, we're fine. We're not going.
We're liking it. We're not really. Going
yeah,
crazy.
we love each other.
Ah! So I like it when he said that he okay, when the verse says in this looks like 19 where it says he broke it.
This looks like 19. This resembles 19.
Well, I say that because it's hard. I've got to get my bifocals at
It's
just
19.
the right angle to see that
it is 19.
microscopic number.
It's 19.
That's why I always struggle when I'm trying to tell you guys what the verse is because I can't see it unless I get it.
I can see.
Really good
I don't
there.
have bifocals. Haha. Okay, anyway.
Anyway, it says, then he broke it into pieces and gave it to his disciples. And I like that because I think that sometimes people feel like Jesus was a victim in his crucifixion. And I think that...
Oh, no, he knew it was coming for a long time. Those people haven't read it and seen the clues.
He set it up, man.
He set it up.
He totally set it up.
The stones would burst into chairs.
That's right. This crucifixion was his doing.
Yeah.
And he was the one breaking himself.
This crucifixion.
Oh, there's the crucifix.
Perfect.
Beautiful. So I like it that he says he broke it into pieces and he gave it to his disciples. It's like he broke himself and he gave himself to them. I think that's...
The disciples broke him and gave him to themselves. It doesn't say that.
It doesn't say
It
that.
doesn't say that. We were just imagining.
And then I think it's funny when they quickly seem to go from saying, "Oh, we would never betray you. It's not going to be me." That they quickly then go to, because then I'm going to be the greatest in the kingdom.
No, we're both great. Let's act it out.
Okay. I'm great.
Just say I'm the greatest.
I'm the greatest.
No, I'm the greatest.
No, we're both great.
Oh.
That's a little dialogue that we do. We've done it many
I'll
times.
find the clip.
Okay, it's probably something
It is.
all the kids know about.
No, none of the kids know about it except for me. I'm the only kid.
Anna's got you, though. She's got you covered.
Anyway, let's act it out.
Again?
Yes, this is a different thing.
Okay.
I wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't do that.
I would never
do that.
Jesus.
I would never betray Jesus.
You know why? I think I'm actually the best one. You would betray. You guys would betray him. You guys, like, look here, up here. This is me down up here, and you guys are like the way down here, and then down here, this is like Matthew.
No.
This is like Ramus down here.
No.
This is
we don't even have a Ramus.
Oh, and then this all the way up here. This one is me.
No. You know why?
Why?
Because I'm the greatest.
No, not this again. You always make me say this. We're both great, okay? I know what's coming.
Okay, so
that's kind of
how it's going.
You guys can just imagine that we were just like...
And it's kind of funny because they're still totally living in a sense of self-importance. And, which is obviously setting up what Jesus is about to teach about.
Obviously.
But it's cool that he still entrusts them. And also remember...
It's so cool.
They don't have the Holy Spirit yet.
Oh my gosh. What do they have? Nothing.
They have nothing. They don't even have
Jesus. Got the dust of the road. They bite the dust.
That's it. And then,
I don't know.
Going towards the end...
I wasn't listening. I was discreetly drinking my water.
I don't know about the sitting on the thrones judging the 12 tribes of Israel because, the best thing I can make of that is that, and this is just my reflections. I'm not a scholar.
On the prayer recollection.
From the prayer recollection. But I think that he may be saying here, basically, you will have authority in the afterlife, some level of authority.
Some level of authority.
And he's saying, stop, I can't think when you do that.
I'm sorry.
And he's saying, you'll have authority, you'll be in a place of judgment, whatever that means, I don't know. But he's saying, in this life, he's already told them, you're going to be dragged... Oh, well, that was in Acts. We read that. But they're going to be dragged into...
Oh,
was that in Acts or in Luke?
This was in Luke.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah,
it was in Luke.
And then in Acts it actually happened.
Yeah, that's right. And then in Acts... We're reading in Acts and Genesis little bits. We're not doing prayer recollection with those. We're just reading a little bit every day. And it's really cool to see some of the tie-ins to Luke. But he said... It was in Luke. And he said, you'll be dragged into synagogues and into prisons... and this would be because the 12 tribes of Israel will be judging you. But this is like not really judging. So I think what he's saying is, in the final analysis, you'll be judging them. It feels like they're judging you now. That's just a superficial wisp of time. So,
it's just a wisp.
It's just a wisp. It's just gonna wisp away.
Just, like the salt thing.
But this part I think is really cool, where he says, as my Father has granted me a kingdom, I now grant you the right to eat and drink at my table. Did you guys...
Oh, this again.
Anna doesn't like this thought, but I think this is very cool. You know what he was just giving them to eat and drink?
Blood and wine.
Blood and flesh.
Blood and water.
What is Jesus going to be serving at his serving us at his table? His blood and his flesh.
No.
And who's going to be serving it?
He is.
Jesus. It says he came to be our servant. He's going to be serving us his blood and his flesh.
No. What?
This is what gets you into the kingdom now and forever.
It's not really blood and flesh, though.
No, it's not really blood and flesh, but
then why are you making that analogy?
Because that's what he gives us.
Stop saying he serves it!
That we receive to get into the kingdom. That's what he offers us, and it's a total...
He doesn't offer us his blood and flesh.
Sacrifice. Yeah, he does.
No, he offers us his
spiritually.
Yes, his spirit. Oh my gosh.
Anyway, I do think though that sometimes I do not have the heart of a servant.
Oh, I suck.
So I'm just praying that Jesus will keep transforming me to become more and more like him. We praise you, Jesus.
Peace out.